guys, welcome back to my channel. I am TK Beauty and today I'm coming to you with part 2 of my makeup declutter series, eyeshadow palette edition. I have eyeshadow palettes, I have single eyeshadows, and I want to say I may even go through some of my loose eyeshadow powders or pigments today as well. So before we jump into this video, if you guys are not subscribed to my channel, go ahead and click that subscribe button. Click that notification bell also so that you'll know every time I upload a new video. Also comment down below and let me know how you guys are liking this series on my channel. I will probably come with a couple more series. I have some lippies that I need to declutter. I have a bunch of everything I need to declutter. Blushes, highlighters, just all kind of stuff. So let me know how you guys are liking this series. So without any further ado, we're gonna go ahead and get started. I have some palettes that were actually sitting on my dresser in my Shop My Stash collection, and I took them out so that we can kind of go through these first. So let's go through these first. So the first one is by e.l.f. I just recently picked this up. This is, can you guys see that? Let me see if I can zoom in on this. This is by e.l.f. This is their bite-sized eyeshadow in truffles. I just recently picked this up. This was in my new makeup haul. If you guys haven't seen that, I will link that above. But I really like this eyeshadow palette, and it's very pigmented, and I want to say this was about $3, so I can't beat that, so I'm definitely going to be keeping this. The next eyeshadow palettes I'm going to be talking about are by Fenty Beauty. I mentioned one of these in my new makeup video, which was number 3. This is the neutrals, I do believe, and I just got this, so of course I'm going to be keeping this, but these colors are absolutely gorgeous. I had not planned on picking up any of these, but when I saw Andrea Renee's video of her showing how that she had picked these up, and I think she had even did a makeup tutorial using these, I knew I had to have them, so picked this up. And then I went back after I had uploaded that video and picked up number 7, and this is in Cadet. And these colors are absolutely gorgeous. Not what I would typically go for, but I just thought the color story in here was gorgeous, so I decided to go ahead and give this a chance. So I'm going to be keeping both of these. The next one is a palette that I have shown throughout my vlogs. This is the NK eyeshadow palette in Autumn Spice. This palette is absolutely gorgeous. I just recently picked this up as well. This was $2.99 at the beauty supply store. Look at these colors. These are absolutely gorgeous, and I cannot I love this eyeshadow palette, and I'm happy that I picked this up. This will be staying in my collection. Okay, the next thing I have, it is actually a blush palette by Juvia's Place. This is the Saharan Blush Palette Volume 1. And this is how the colors look. The colors are absolutely gorgeous, and I'm definitely going to be keeping this because I want to say I picked this up maybe towards the end of 2019, and so I'm absolutely keeping this. Yes, this is staying with me. And then I had another blush palette. This is the Huda Beauty 3D highlighter palette, and I want to say this was the one in the darkest shade. I'm not really sure of what the name of it was or is. Let me see. Oh, it's the Bronze Sands edition. I love the packaging on here. This is absolutely stunning. Excuse my packaging because it is dirty. But this is how the highlighters look. Absolutely gorgeous, and I'm keeping this. This is staying with me. The next palette I got is from Juvia's Place. This is the Warrior by Juvia's, and this is how the packaging looks. And I love the packaging. It's absolutely gorgeous. And look at these gorgeous browns and bronzy shades. Absolutely stunning. Fun fact, y'all, I think I picked this up at Ulta, and I used my points, and I think I got this palette for like $1 or 50 cents or something like that, so I didn't pay much at all. This was I got this because a makeup artist, I was a model for her, and she used this on my eyes and the look came out so gorgeous that I had to have this palette. And I haven't really used this palette like that, so I'm definitely going to keep this because I want to get more use out of this. The next palette I have is the Warrior 2 by Juvia's Place, and again the packaging is gorgeous. This is an all matte eyeshadow palette and I love it. Look at these colors, y'all. The colors are gorgeous. I was using this when I first got this. I was using this like hot cakes, and I'm going to keep this in my collection because I absolutely love this. Stunning. Okay, so that's all of the eyeshadow palettes that I had on the on my dresser. So now we're gonna go into my drawer to go through the rest of the eyeshadows, and I'm gonna zoom you guys in. Okay, so the first palette that we have here is by Dose of Colors. This was the I Love Sarahi, I think I'm pronouncing her name correctly, palette, y'all. I died for this. I mean, I died for it too. And the colors are absolutely gorgeous, but I will be honest with you guys, I have not used this eyeshadow palette like that. I think I've used this one time. As gorgeous as these colors are, this will probably be going in my 6-month pile. The next eyeshadow palette I have is by MAC, and these are the colors here. I don't know, this is the Shop and Drop eyeshadow palette, I guess, Sugar Shack or something, I don't know. No, Shop and Drop eyeshadow palette. Y'all, I've had this for a while, and these purples, if you guys don't know, purple is my favorite color, and I just love these colors, and for the sake of me, I just cannot part with this. So I just gotta hold on to this just a little bit longer, just a little bit longer. So I'm gonna keep that. Okay. The next eyeshadow palette I have is by Too Faced, and this was a part of that, I don't know, Tutti Frutti collection that they had, but this is the Razzle Dazzle Berry eyeshadow palette. I could not wait to get my hands on this. These are the colors here, absolutely gorgeous. I love this. I guess I could just go ahead and get rid of the MAC ones because the colors are pretty similar, huh? These two colors right here. But I'm gonna keep that. But these are the colors, and what drew me in is, again, because purple is my favorite color, I just thought this would be a beautiful eyeshadow palette. But to be honest with you guys, I haven't really used this like that. I'm gonna keep this because I want to get some more use out of this. The next thing I have is by LA Girl. This is the Eye Luxe Mesmerizing and Tranquilize, and this is how it looks. I picked this up at Ulta. I do believe it was not that expensive. These are the colors. The colors are absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, the colors are absolutely gorgeous, but y'all, I haven't used this, and I'm going to go ahead and put this as a giveaway pal. The next thing is by Wet n Wild. This is the Art in the Streets eyeshadow palette, and these colors, y'all, are just absolutely gorgeous. I have not used this eyeshadow palette, but I just thought the colors were gorgeous, and I just hate to get rid of this, but I am going to put this in the 6-month pile. And then another eyeshadow palette that I have by Wet n Wild is the Rose in the Air palette. This was a dupe for the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette. The colors in here, let me stand it up. The colors in here are absolutely gorgeous. These colors, as inexpensive as this palette was, these colors, they blend together really, really well for the price, and I really like this, and I'm definitely keeping this in my collection. And I have another Wet n Wild eyeshadow palette, y'all. This was the OG on YouTube. This is the Wet n Wild. What was this? I don't forget the name of it, but this is how that palette looked with all these gorgeous browns and stuff. Y'all, this eyeshadow palette is so old that, I mean, I hate to get rid of this, but Bare Minerals has something similar to this, so I think that I will eventually pick that eyeshadow palette up, because I just like having a small eyeshadow palette around like this. So I will probably pick that one up at some point, but this one has to go. This is going in the trash. The next eyeshadow palette I have is by Maybelline. This is the Nudes palette, and y'all, I love this. This was like $10 at like Walmart, Meijer, you know, places like that. And I absolutely love these colors. I still absolutely love this eyeshadow palette. So I think I'm gonna hold on to this for a little bit longer. The next eyeshadow palette I have is by another Wet n Wild eyeshadow palette. This is the Nude Awakening, and y'all, these colors are stunning as well. Again, for the price, it was right, and the colors blend out really well, and I am going to keep this in my collection. Okay, the next palette I have is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Riviera palette. The packaging on here is gorgeous. It just gave me sailor vibes. You know, I thought I was you know, going somewhere. I'm gonna be getting on a boat or cruise or something. So I just absolutely love the packaging on here. The colors are absolutely stunning, but I really have not utilized this palette like I thought I would. But guess what? I'm keeping it in my collection, so I'm going to get some good use out of this. The next eyeshadow palette I have, it is by CoverGirl. This is the this is the True Naked Chocoholic eyeshadow palette. Y'all, I love this eyeshadow palette. Look at all these beautiful brown and chocolate colors. Absolutely stunning, gorgeous. I absolutely am keeping this in my collection. I'm keeping it. I have a bronzer in here. I'm just gonna go through, I'm not gonna go through the lip products, but if I have any like blushes or highlighters or whatever, I'll talk about those. So I have the Milani Intense Bronze Glow. This thing is huge. This was like 20 bucks at Walmart, but this is it, and this is so pretty. I will definitely be keeping this in my collection. You can use this all year round, but I loved using this in the summertime, so I definitely can't wait for spring and summer so that I can pull this back out. So this is a keep. And the next thing I have in here, this is Rum Spice. This is by Black Radiance, I do believe. And as much as I wanted to love this, I mean, it really didn't do a whole lot for me. So I'm going to put this in the giveaway pile. The next thing I have, it is a highlighter. This is a Kilowatt highlighter by Fenty Beauty in Afternoon Snack and Mo Honey. Of course, this is the standard Fenty Beauty white packaging. And then this is the color here. I absolutely love these colors. I would wear this a lot last year, so I'm definitely keeping this. Okay, the next eyeshadow palette that I have, it's by Morphe. It is their blood. Oh no, this is not an eyeshadow palette. This is a blush trio that I've totally forgotten about. It is the Trio Day Blush, and these colors are absolutely gorgeous. But you can use these as an eyeshadow. You can use these as eyeshadows if you would like, but the colors are absolutely gorgeous, so this is definitely a keep. The next eyeshadow palette I have is by Smashbox. These are Brown Eyes, and the colors in here are absolutely gorgeous. But I will say, I've had this eyeshadow palette for a super long time, and it's just really time for this to go in the trash, so I'm gonna trash this. So I have a makeup sheet I have a Makeup Geek Loose Pigment in Utopia. I never actually used this, but this is a gorgeous shade. I think the only thing I did was like swatch this. Let me see. Yeah, I mean, it's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous color. I'm gonna keep this. Yeah, I'm gonna keep my loose pigment. The next thing I have in my collection are the Naked 1 and Naked 2 basic eyeshadow palettes by Urban Decay. And I can for sure tell you that I have gotten my use out of the Naked one. This was by far my favorite one, and it's just time for this to go in the garbage. I've had this since they've come out with these, so this can go. And then the Naked 2, yeah, I'm not really sure about this. This is gonna go in the maybe pile because I don't really reach for this as much anymore, so this is a maybe. Okay, the next eyeshadow palette I have is a bunch of greens, which green is becoming a color that I am falling in love with in terms of eyeshadows, in terms of even clothing. I have just been gravitating to the color green. Now, green is my grandfather's favorite color, so I have just, you know, we kind of been loving green up in here. But these are the colors, and I think they're absolutely beautiful. I saw this in the MAC store. They had already had the colors put together, and I wanted all of the colors that they had because I just thought this was just such a beautiful color story. So I picked it up, and honestly, y'all, as much as I love this, y'all ain't gonna believe this, but I have not used this eyeshadow palette at all. Like, not at all. So this is definitely a keep. I'm definitely going to get some use out of this eyeshadow palette, so it's a keeper. The next eyeshadow palette I have is by Urban Decay. It's the Beached eyeshadow palette, which the packaging on here, y'all, it's beautiful. It gives you those summer vibes, make you feel like you're getting ready to go on vacation, you're going to the beach and all that kind of stuff. So I love the packaging on this. And you get a nice mirror, and here are the eyeshadows, and the eyeshadow palette, the eyeshadow colors are absolutely gorgeous. They're very pigmented. This is a definite keep for me. I really haven't used this eyeshadow palette like that either, but this year, honey, we're gonna get some use out of her. And the next couple eyeshadow palettes I have are by Huda Beauty. I have two of her mini palettes. I have the Ruby Obsessions palette, and then I have the Electric Obsessions palette. Now let's talk about the Electric Obsessions palette for a minute here. I purchased this first because I absolutely love the colors in here. Look how gorgeous these colors are. I love these colors, but at the same time I became overwhelmed because I didn't really know how to use all these colors. So I haven't used it. I'm saying all that to say I have not used this eyeshadow palette at all, but we're gonna get some use out of her too. I like these palettes because you don't get a whole lot of eyeshadows, and they're very inexpensive, and you do tend to get your money's worth. So I love this, so I'm definitely going to be putting her to use as well. And we're going to talk about the Ruby Obsessions palette, which is probably my favorite one out of the two. Because I mean, you get all these beautiful jewel tone colors, which are like right up my alley. I have definitely gotten some really good use out of this eyeshadow palette, and I just love it. I love the way the colors blend together. I just love how pigmented the colors are. So this is a definite keep for me. Okay, next we have the famous makeup Maybelline by Shayla, the City Mini palette. Y'all, I was in love with this eyeshadow palette, and I'm still in love with this eyeshadow palette. I think the colors are gorgeous. You know, just the right amount of color. You could do a dramatic look, you can do a natural look. You can easily turn this into a day to night look really quick with this eyeshadow palette, and I'm so happy I got my hands on it. It took me some time to get my hand on this, but once I did, honey, I was in heaven, and I am definitely keeping this in my collection. Okay, the next eyeshadow palette I have, it's by MAC. This is the Burgundy x9 palette. And I love this eyeshadow palette as well. I've gotten some use out of it, not a whole lot of use out of it, but I'm gonna keep this in my collection so that I can get more use out of it, because I do love the colors here. So very pretty. Oh, this is the Morphe eyeshadow palette. This is the Pure Nude. This is the 3B eyeshadow palette, and these colors are super gorgeous. If you just want a effortless eyeshadow look, then these colors are very stunning. I love this, so I'm definitely going to keep this. The next thing I have, I think someone gave me this. This is the Clarins Instant Sunlight Palette. I have not used this, but the colors are absolutely gorgeous. What I'm going to do is add this to my 6-month pal because I haven't got any use out of that. I have a ColourPop eyeshadow palette in, not eyeshadow palette, I have a ColourPop single shadow in Millionaire. This is how it looked. Now what I will say is I was a little disappointed in Millionaire. I know this was like a favorite here on the YouTube, but it just wasn't speaking to me. So this one is going in the trash. So that's all that was in this basket. Okay guys, so we have one more little basket to kind of go through. I have one full eyeshadow palette, and then I have single eyeshadows, and then I have loose pigments that we're going to go through. So let's just go through these. So the first one, the last eyeshadow palette that I have to show you guys is by Maybelline. This is the Soda Pop eyeshadow palette, which y'all, I died for this. I really did die for this, and y'all know why I died for it, because of the purples. And I really do like this eyeshadow palette, and I'm going to keep this in my collection because I really haven't gotten a lot of use out of this, but we're gonna get some use out of this, so I'm gonna keep that. We're gonna go ahead and go through some of these single eyeshadows. We're gonna start with Milani. I have 4 eyeshadows from Milani, and honestly guys, I have not used these at all. This is a beautiful green shade, beautiful purple shade here. Have another beautiful green here. I have a gray eyeshadow single eyeshadow here, and I'm these going in the giveaway pile because I haven't used these. And then I have like eyeshadows from MAC, and I have one in Humid, which is really pretty, and then I have one in Red Brick, which I'm gonna keep both of these. And then I have some eyeshadows from, this was Fashion Fair really, and I've had these for a while. I had this pretty mustard color. Let me open it for you guys. Had a pretty like yellow or mustard color, this pretty, I don't know, taupe kind of color. And then I have this, got another little green here. And honestly guys, these been in my collection so long, these need to go in the trash, so that's garbage. But I have like 4 MAC pigments, and I have Melon, which is this beautiful shade here, which I am keeping. And then I have Naked, which is gorgeous, and I'm keeping this as well. And then I have Blue Brown, which this was a favorite here on YouTube, and while I do like this, I just I don't even really see myself using it like that, so I'm gonna probably put this in the giveaway pile. And then I have Rose, and this is a beautiful rose color, and this is going to stay in my collection as well. Now I have some smaller MAC pigments. Let's see, I have MAC pigment in Tan, which is gorgeous. I am keeping this. I have 5 that I picked up from a holiday collection. So these are the 5 pigments. Let me just go through them. I'm not sure of the name, but this one is a really pretty glittery color. I'm gonna keep that. And this one is kind of like vanilla a little bit. I'm gonna keep that. And then these are the last 3, if you guys can really see the color, and I'm going to keep that. So I'm going to keep pretty much all of my pigments that I've shown you thus far. I have some face and body glitter that I got from, one is from Wet n Wild, one is from Ulta. I'm going to actually go ahead and give these away. They're not even open, or if they're open, no, they're not even open. So I haven't used these at all. These are going in the giveaway pile. And then I have one by NYX. This is Mocha Pearl, which I do use this, so I'm going to keep that as well. And I have another eyeshadow Duo Eyeshadow by L'Oreal. This was those little hip eyeshadow palettes that they had. I'm throwing this in the garbage because I've had this for a while. And then this was also a part of that Fashion Fair collection. This was like an eyeshadow palette. You could, I guess, swirl your hand around. It will give you like different colors. But I honestly haven't used this, and I've had this for a long time now, so this is going in the trash. I have MAC's Dip Brow fluid line. This is going in the garbage because it's dried up, so this is garbage. I have some paint pots here. I have Indian Wood and I have Rubenesque, and I really don't use these like that. One thing I can say about MAC's paint pots is that they last really good. I will put these in a 6-month pile because it's just hard for me to part from my paint pots. And I have some more paint pots, but that'll be for another video. Then I have some eyeshadow, liquid eyeshadows. This is the Color Tattoo Eye Chromes. These are by Maybelline, and y'all, these were really pretty, but honestly I haven't used these, so I'm going to give these away. MAC, some kind of primer that I picked up from MAC, which I'm going to keep. I got the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea Radiance Drops, which I'm going to keep these as well. Some kind of lip gloss that I'm going to keep. And then I have some Tarte, some kind of oil. I don't know, I'm gonna butcher that. I think I'm going to give this away because I don't use this. I have some eye drops that can really go in the trash. I think I use it to bring back to life some of my Maybelline eyeshadows, so that's why that's in here. Sorry, but my camera cut off when I was talking about my last eyeshadow palette. It was by Wet n Wild, and it's this beautiful green shade, and the name of it is called Envy, and it's a beautiful green. I really like this, but honestly this has been in my collection for so long that it's just time for this to go in the trash. So this is going in the garbage. So that's it, guys. That's everything that was in my basket. As you guys saw, I did keep a lot of my eyeshadow palettes and some of the highlighter palettes that you guys saw, and even some blush palettes that were showed in this series. I've kept most of that, but I do have a few items that are in my 6-month pile, and I have one maybe item which I think I'm just going to put that in the giveaway pile because I just don't think I'm going to use that anymore. And then I have a bunch of makeup, well, not a bunch, but I have some makeup that is going to be going in the trash because it's just been in my collection for so long. So I hope that you guys have enjoyed me decluttering some more of my eyeshadow palettes plus other items as well. Again, comment down below and let me know how you guys are liking this series on my channel. Let me know if you guys have or are going to be decluttering any of your eyeshadows or any of your makeup, period. But again, guys, if you are not subscribed to my channel, go ahead and click that subscribe button, click that notification bell so that you'll know every time I upload a new video. And guys, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.